Diffusion shows how products spread through a market. How cohesive do you think your market might be? Do customers all attend the same conferences? Do they share resources with each other online? Do they keep tabs on products their peers adopt? Or do they operate in silos and hide information from each other? Those dynamics impact how quickly products will diffuse through a market. We can categorize customers by when they adopt new products. The blue S-shaped curve shows how many customers in a market have adopted a product over time, and the yellow bell-shaped curve shows how many customers fall into each category. Innovators are the most likely to adopt new products because they've been trying to build homegrown solutions themselves. Before Airbnb, a subculture of climbers used online message boards to find couches near climbing sites. These people were innovators. They figured out hacky ways to solve their own problems. When Airbnb came along and did it better, innovators like this were fast to adopt. The founders of Airbnb were also in this category. They innovated a solution for this JTBD. If you're watching this video, you likely fall into this category too. Innovators usually have a high risk tolerance and try a bunch of new things, even if they're likely to fail. But there aren't very many innovators out there. Early adopters are gatekeepers. The term thought leader is overused, but early adopters are the real deal. They keep an eye on solutions that innovators are building, and they're quick to recognize value. These customers influence a lot of other people in their market. They have high social status and are more forward-thinking than most of their peers. They're also more careful about what they adopt than innovators. So when they do adopt a new product, people take note elsewhere in the market. For Airbnb, this included celebrities like Ashton Kutcher, who invested in and promoted the company. And it included travel bloggers and technologists who tried the service and promoted it in their own spheres of influence. The early majority only adopts a product after they've seen early adopters try it and succeed. These people wouldn't use Airbnb until they'd heard success stories from other people. And the early majority wouldn't adopt Airbnb until all of its core features were cleanly in place, and the user experience was clear, and customer support was good. The early majority has some social influence, but they're not as influential as early adopters. A ton of customers fall into this bucket, though. The late majority holds out until they see that some threshold of their peers using a product first. The late majority is skeptical of anything new, and they don't have much influence over others' product adoption. These people were still placing phone calls to book hotel rooms, or not traveling, while the early majority was using the internet to schedule repeat trips on Airbnb. Laggards avoid adoption as long as they can. They have almost no influence on their peers, are usually in contact with a very small number of people, and they can be outright hostile to change. Laggards still haven't adopted Airbnb, and they're probably still booking hotel rooms via landline telephones, or not traveling right now. When we first bring a product to market, it's best to target customers who are early in the diffusion curve. They won't need to see that other people have adopted the product first. They'll buy because it solves a problem, period. And once they adopt, they influence the early majority. Interviews show patterns in how customers adopt products. Interviews might reveal, for example, that 70% of our potential customers adopt products that they learned about through one of 3 podcasts. When we're building a go-to-market strategy, we'd start by advertising on those 3 podcasts. We still test results and optimize, but that'll get us moving in the right direction far faster than trying random ads on random channels. Or interviews might show us that the early majority only adopts products after seeing a specific group of early adopters buy them. And we might learn that 40% of those early adopters' recent purchases have run through salespeople they've known for decades. These early adopters also learned about 20% of their recent purchases at 5 specific conferences. And they learned about the remaining 40% from random, non-overlapping sources. We'd build a go-to-market strategy that includes presenting at those 5 conferences, using JTBD language that strategic customers will identify with. And we'd build a pricing strategy that incentivizes those specific salespeople to sell our product. And we'd incentivize early adopters to tell the early majority about the product, because we'd know that the early majority is going to listen. More on pricing in the next video, by the way. So we'll use evidence to map out diffusion strategies in advance. Those might include direct sales, collaborating with established distribution channels, using mass marketing, micro-targeted ads, affiliate networks, public relations, or a bunch of other techniques. The point is, we learn about diffusion strategies that are likely to work with our highest lead scores, And then we go use those strategies. And last up in level 1, everyone's favorite, pricing.